Alright, now we move into Chapter 4, Obliteration Imminent, which first it will take us to the bridge, because we have to go meet up with Hammond. It'll take a little bit of a loading time to get there, but in the meantime, if you haven't equipped your flamethrower or your other crowd control weapon, whichever you prefer, I would recommend doing that now. After we reach the bridge, we'll get a call. That'll be a three-way call between Kendra and Hammond and Isaac. Kendra and Hammond will start going at each other's throats in the worst possible time, as is always the case between the two of them. But then we will make our way to the bridge to get our new information on our mission from Hammond. In the meantime, just loot everything in this room. You can't proceed until this video call is over.
They're a mess. I'm gonna need your help. I am not losing the Ishimura. Not now.
The Ishimura hammer? What mark?
That artifact they found?
Don't bullshit us. CEC knew all along about the marker, didn't they? Isn't that why you're really here? Corporate wouldn't send the Ishimura for some off-the-books mining.
And yes, this necromorph down there is faking it.
Then how does losing my team fit into this theory?
Hey, knock this shit off.
But it is also guarding one of the rigs that we need for the master lock later.
Then meet me at the captain's nest. Daniels?
Fine. But I'm going through the ship reports, Hammond. I'm getting some answers.
And there we just get a jump scare from the brute. It doesn't do any damage, but it will make Isaac recoil from fright. So just be aware of that. Here you want to grab this money before walking too far into the room, because otherwise you aren't getting it, if you couldn't tell. So now we're going to loot everything in this atrium, which is mainly a few boxes. If you want the logs, you can collect those too. But then we're going to go down and meet Hammond in the captain's nest. And also Chin in the escape pod.
Isaac. Sorry. Shit was...
No, keep that rifle close. What is that?
The one that attacked me. I managed to trap him in here. His face. I'm not seeing things, right? That's Chen.
I do still have to wonder why we don't take this escape pod
You're right.
and, escape with it. Because even if you use the old story of the life support systems on it aren't functioning, we are playing a engineer who I feel like could fix that.
Johnston too. At least she was spared
But,
being a monster.
Story's got to be a story.
For them.
Yeah. Come on. The ADS cannons.
So now we continue on with our story from Chapter 3.
No more asteroids coming.
We're going through an asteroid belt, and our ADS systems are offline. If anyone has played the original, you will remember how janky the targeting system was, and everyone hated it, but I think they fixed it pretty well in this one.
Here. All I can tell is the ADS power routing is shot.
Well, the administration systems aren't doing much. We could redirect power from there. I'd need to rewire the junction boxes, but we get the ADS cannons back.
Good. Isaac, about what Daniel said. I don't know about any illegal mining or the marker. I swear, I'm just here for a repair mission.
Look, Hammond, I don't know you or Daniels well enough to judge, but CEC had to know about the marker.
The company, maybe. But shit like that's above my pay grade. Look, we can get into it later. You'll need a way down to those junction boxes. You can turn the atrium elevators back on from security. You'll have full access. I found a CEC executive key card. I'll upgrade your clearance.
And you upgraded yours already?
Yeah, just in case.
And here you can actually start the master key mission with that panel
Watch your back.
if you need to find the rigs around the ship. So it'll let you know which ones you're missing, which I just hit really quick and then walk out because it'll still pick up the mission. We've already got Volkers from the hangar in the 0G section, so that one's not needed anymore. But from there, Comm Officer Bailey's won't be until Chapter 8. Tram Supervisor Benson isn't until Chapter 9, or 10, I mean. And Lieutenant Commander Holtz is in Hydroponics, which is Chapter 6, so we've got some time to collect all of those rigs. There's no real rushing those. And Dallas's is actually just a story mission one, so we collect that along the way. But here we're going to be facing off against the Brute, who is an absolute pushover. You just need to go towards the door until it starts breaking it, and then run away. The one caveat to the new Brute that I've noticed is that during this charge, it has insane tracking, even in stasis, so I just wait for it to finish, and then stasis it. Then you can just walk behind it and unload. That's basically how the fights go. Brutes are still kind of pushovers. But cut off any two of its limbs, and it's basically done. I just refuel my stasis again, get behind it, and then just finish off another arm. And it drops a power node, so always grab those. Brutes have never been much of a fight, and even if you don't have stasis, you can mainly wait for them to launch projectiles at you and fire them back. So we're going to activate the elevators here, grab all the materials in this room, not watch Kind kill Captain Matthias. So here I would actually recommend getting the heat accumulator for the plasma cutter, and then going for that first over capacity, but I had not gotten the heat accumulator yet. As I said, I made that mistake and don't get it until the end of this chapter. So if you have the heat accumulator, go for that first. So we're going to go down to the second floor here, just following the mission objectives. Main reason I stare down at the floor is because this is a double-doored elevator. That way I'll know which side opens up. I always forget which side opens up first, but if need be, you can just look down. And here there's actually a few things outside of the vacuum here, but the main thing is this ruby semiconductor. Make sure you grab that. It's a free 10,000 credits that are just sitting out there, so you want to grab it. And then there's also the power node in this room, so we just got the equivalent of 2 power nodes because of the ruby semiconductor. But we're going to go into the room on our right here, which will give us the contact beam and a bunch of contact beam ammo. We're going to pick it up, but never use it. But contact beam ammo is decent for selling, so we're going to grab all of that. And in the next room, there's going to be 2 necromorphs that start off in front of us. So, wait for them to come on out. And these are enhanced, so they take more. You'll know they're enhanced by their darker coloration. So, they'll take a few more shots. But nothing that we can't handle still. And I just launched their blades into them after they're dead to make their materials pop out of them. But we're going to go over on the left here and hit this fuse box door, or fuse. Grab this, the semiconductor, and then we're going to go across the room to where that door just opened. Because we will have another clearance room here that we want to clear out. Because we're not coming back here, we want to make sure that we grab everything. Because you never need to come back to this place if you clear everything out. So there's nothing left behind or to worry about. And it helps us with a strategy that we're going to use as soon as we flip power to the ADS systems, where an infector will actually come in this room, but we just book it and get the hell out of here. So it'll save us ammo and time. And there will be 2 lurkers here. I deal with one of the spikes from the other necromorph. And then this one just likes playing Ring Around the Rosie with me. I tried to grab another spike, but there wasn't one. But I just deal with them the old-fashioned way. And with that, we're going to go over here and collect this room's materials. Like I said, since we're not coming back, we want to grab everything. It's a workbench that we can use. We did get a few extra power nodes, so we can put those on our stuff. And we always work towards damage on the plasma cutter. Because the more damage you have, the more efficient your ammo is, the better it will be. And the plasma cutter at full damage is pretty insane anyways. So once we hit this switch to flip it over, we're going to want to just book it out of the room. Because the only thing we'll really have to worry about is an infector that's going after bodies, but we don't want any part of that because it'll just waste our ammo and we're never coming back here anyways. So just open the door and run.
That's one. We still need more power. A couple more systems should do it.
And we will never be back to this floor. We have cleared it. So don't even worry about leaving the infector because, like I said, we're never coming back. So now we go to the next floor, where we will find a fuse door, an upgrade for the pulse rifle, ignore the random screaming woman, never find her anyways. But in this room on our right, there's actually a sequence of stomps and punches that you can do in the center circle that'll give you 2 nodes. If you want to do that, you can. If you don't have to. I can put the sequence of it up on the screen to let you know, but I didn't do it because it's just such a weird hidden thing that it seems kind of disingenuous to use. And if you pick up this weapon upgrade, it's actually worth a power node, so it is worth grabbing, but I don't really know why. Past me must have been on drugs or something, but you do come back here later, so it's not like I'm just completely abandoning it, but the earlier you get it, the better. I would highly recommend grabbing it. And this is scripted where this lurker will always just die to that electricity, so let him do that. But then I just wait for the panel to be safe. If you don't have to lose the health to it, then by all means don't. And you can use them to your advantage too by letting things walk into them or sit in them. And remember that lurkers are incredibly, well, regular lurkers, non-enhanced, are really weak to being skewered. So do that. But once you pass by that point, right to the right of this panel, another necromorph will come up behind you. Be prepared for him before you go and activate the lurkers around the next corner. And I like to push him back into the panel. After that, he will just die. So, saves us time. Not really time, but ammo. And there's a lot of money in between that wall there, so make sure to grab that. Here you'll have 2 lurkers that'll spawn. So I thought about it, and I end up grabbing the spike from the necromorph that we just took out. So this will be a easy finish of that one. And the other one actually ran into the panel and just died, so I'm not complaining that it happened, I'm just saying that there is another one there. And you will have a brute in the next room whenever you run through, so wait until you get stasis first, and then go for him. And he goes for a punch because we were close to him, so just end up taking out his leg. Stasis him again, and then go for his arm. And he's gone. Yeah, brutes aren't much of a challenge in this game. If you haven't noticed, they're actually pretty pathetically weak, so don't really let them bother you. If you have stasis, they're basically pushovers. And you have unlimited stasis in this room.
Okay, I'm seeing a power reroute from the electrical system.
You always want to take them out because they give you a power node, but don't let them
One more system
worry
will
you
have power for the ADS.
at all. And this is just my management being terrible. I should have actually put more of those health packs in the store while we were up near the atrium, because I don't need that many. In fact, I didn't really need any in this chapter. So it's a good idea to put what you would consider extra into the store if you don't think that you'll need 6 health packs like I don't. Then put any that you don't think you'll need in there.
These things mold any dead tissue into a new form. One kind infects corpses, and the rest...
Make more corpses to infect.
That organic shit on the walls, that's dead tissue too. The crew thought it was a habitat changer. Isaac, I'm gonna run some diagnostics. I think that stuff's spreading.
And now we get attacked in a scripted fight with some leapers. So just take them out as normal. If you can hobble a leg, do it. And I just make sure to grab all the materials. Now I'm going to go into the store, grab this box that I missed. There is a room at the end of the hallway there that we can go to. But we're going to sell all of our semiconductors, put our contact beam into storage, sell the contact beam ammo. Then we're going to have a bunch of money. Save some of it though, because we are going to have a suit coming up that we want to get. And also, if you haven't got the heat accumulator yet for the plasma cutter, get the heat accumulator. I did sell some of my flamethrower because I figured I wouldn't need all of that. I mainly use it for the firewall for crowd control, like in the cargo bay in chapter 10. That sort of thing. Or chapter 11 whenever we're transporting the marker. It comes in really big handy whenever you're doing the cargo bay fight in chapter 11. So I just like to have the flamethrower as a safety bed insurance sort of thing. And there we sell the next semiconductor. But make sure that you still have a decent chunk of money, because our next suit upgrade is coming up as well. So we will need that. And here I don't really have anything to upgrade at the moment, but if I had the heat accumulator, that would be what I'd go for. I do end up getting it by the end of the chapter. Like I said, it was a mistake not to grab it, but I would recommend doing that as soon as it's possible. Like a chapter back. But now we're going to go to water purification, where we will get this creepy ass guy telling us to make him whole. but you can just ignore him. He's just being spooky. Anyways, after we go through the door and around the corner, we will be attacked by a pregnant and a slasher, so you want to be wary of that. So we take out the pregnant, use his arm on the other slasher, and this is an enhanced slasher, so even 2 arms won't take them down, it'll just weaken them. So, you will start seeing enhanced necromorphs. Be wary of that. You are not going to take them out with 2 arms. Not on impossible. You can also use that spear that I just picked up to throw at one of them because they are stronger. They do more damage. And here we go through exterior access. You don't have to worry about being attacked in this hallway. But we will pick up our suit schematic here. Make sure that you grab it. There's also that semiconductor. And then 2 randomly generated lockers that can give you whatever. But the suit schematic is the main thing.
If I give the cannons enough targeting data, it'll recalibrate the system. You got a better idea?
Christ. I'll open exterior access. I hope you know what you're doing.
And here, you don't need to save here. There's actually a save further along. I just have it in my head that I'm super paranoid about the meteor or asteroid section. I have taken one to the face and it has almost killed me a few times, so be very cognizant of the fact that the asteroids will do a shitload of damage if they hit you, but as long as you're paying attention you don't really have to worry about them. Just hug the wall and go as quick as you can. Pay as much attention as you can, but go as quickly as you can to get through the section. But keep an eye towards the sky, so to speak, because as you can see, I actually got hit by the outer bits of damage of that asteroid, and it took a singular chunk off of my health bar, but if you are close to them, they can absolutely destroy you. So if you see one coming close or in the general area, just back the hell up like I did. Just get as far away as you can from it, essentially. Because if you get hit straight on by an asteroid, it will kill you on this difficulty. And now I just kind of stick around behind the cannon so that if I need to, I can just duck behind it if an asteroid's coming my way, like that. But then just kind of hug the wall. The closer you are to something that you can hide behind or just get around, then the better. And here we'll have some lurkers spawning in. I tend to just ignore them because the bigger, scarier issue is the giant rocks that are trying to kill us. So I'm willing to take a few hits from them to get the ADS completely online. There I stasis them just to stop them from spamming their attacks on me while I finish up the cannon. And the other cannons keep sniping the ones that I'm going for, but now that all of the ADS cannons are online, get rid of these annoying little bastards. And we actually have a rig out around the corner here that we want to grab. This is also for the master key. It's First Officer White's. But now you don't have to worry about the asteroids while you're going back. The 3 ADS cannons are operational, so none of them will hit you. So just don't worry about them anymore. I still hug the walls because I'm paranoid, but you really don't need to worry about asteroids anymore. But yeah, that section can be scary after you take one of them to the face. Don't get too paranoid about it. If you're even remotely paying attention, you're fine. I get absolutely scared of that section because of the fact that I've taken one to the face before and it almost killed me. So I like to save before it, just in case.
Isaac, Hammond, I just intercepted a transmission.
But with that, that is basically the end of Obliteration Imminent. We get our call from Nicole, who's in medical, and then we will carry on to
All survivors, please.
medical for Lethal Devotion.
Nicole, I'm going back to
But
medical.
you guys just let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Be in touch.
The crew deck. Wonder if he knows something we don't.